Hello, Gretna. Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm so grateful that I'm an addict in recovery. First, I'd like to thank the Sandy and Gundam for thought for somehow or another I might have something that I might can share with you guys. You know, I'm grateful to be here with you guys tonight. I'd like to first start off like I always do. Thank the God of my understanding for being here with you guys tonight without any mood or mind-altering substance. For that I'm grateful. The way I show my gratitude, I don't use, man. No matter what I'm going through. You see, I know if I use a mind-altering something, I'm not going to get through nothing. I get stuck in the using. I don't know about you. But then, see, when I use, using just begun, because I use everything, everybody, every situation, every idea, every thought. It's all about one more. Whether I'm fixing to get one now or one later. Don't believe the shit, because I'm lying. Let me get this off the chest so y'all know how I think about it using addict. They're the lyingest bitches in the whole wide world. An addict that's in active addiction is tell you a lie, right? And they'll know they're lying. Lie any damn way. And guess what? They'll get pissed off if you don't believe the shit too. I just let you know that I know. Because I did that. This is nothing that someone told me, you know. My name's Leroy Williams, and I'm a recovering addict. I was born in 1939, February the 25th, the second oldest out of 11 heads of kids. Kind of blessed family, like 10 head of us still living, and all of us is on Social Security. How you like that, huh? You know, them many damn brothers and sisters drawing their money. Trump probably don't like that shit, in it. I'm gonna tell you what happened, what it was like. And I'm going to let you know what's going on with me right now, okay? I want you to know this is my story. And I want you to know that those who judge, y'all don't really matter to me. Because who matter to me ain't going to judge me. I know you know that ain't no two addicts recover the same way or the same time or the same place at the different rate and all this. If you don't know that, then you ain't been in recovery long. On the 7th day of July 1994, I threw my hand up. And I told the God of my understanding just this. Lord, I'm so tired and I don't know how to stop. Please help me. Y'all know there's a lot of times I tried to bargain with the guy. Lord, I swear if you get me through this, I won't do it no more. But God knows when you're lying. See, I came out my heart that time. And I ain't had to tell him that lie no more. And the reason I ain't had to tell him that lie no more is because he give me you guys in the program of Narcotics Anonymous and say, take this, it'll work. Of course, I thought he was putting a joke on me. Best thing that ever happened. I'm going to bring you up to July the 7th, 94. But I'm going to let you know how I got there. What happened that caused me to throw my hand up. What caused me to tell him that I was so tired The thing that keep me from saying, after you do this for me, I won't do it no more. I'm going to tell you how I switched that thing from my head to my heart, from him to read the right direction for me. Let me carry you back where this shit really begun. I'm going to take you 70 years back when I first met Sluford. Oh, that's what I named my disease. The disease of addiction? That bad boy so damn bad he need a name. I was 9 years old. That means I was 9 years old and the disease find a way to get a kid and cause a child to make moves. If you add my age up, you know I'm 79. Triangle of obsession is the reason, the source, and the opportunity. I was the oldest grandchild, boy child of my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Anna Gordon. Somewhat like a little hustler. Y'all know that you making money and you ain't getting no damn Social Security out. That's a form of hustling, right? All right, then I know what I'm talking about, because that was my grandmama. And I was her favorite grandson. She sold moonshine and played that thing they call Bolita. And I was the one that she kept close enough to send me to play her numbers. Of course, she'll tell me when I go get her money, don't you open that package, boy. I do what my grandmama told me now. I didn't look at her money. But let me tell you what happened. Because my grandmother loved me, she gave me a job. She sold moonshine, and the best days was on Fridays and Saturdays. And she living in a place we call Garden City, but it was Rosenau Hill. My grandmama had what y'all might not understand, a through house. That means when you open the front door, you can look straight through the house. Front room, bedroom, and a kitchen. No doors, they put curtains up. On Saturdays when it got real busy, she give me that job that I'd be playing ball outside and she would just come to the door and say, Junior, she go back in because me and her done had the plan hook up. I leave the boys and I go out where her supply was. See, I know the difference between a stash and a supply. That way where the whole galleys was. She used to work off our back porch. Some of you might be old enough to know what a mason jar is. You know when you're doing the canning thing? All right, okay, we together now. So she'll work off the back porch, but when she be done run that thing down off that back porch and them jars get about empty, she'll just come to the door and call her worker, Junior, and I know what she want. I go out there and go on the back porch, get the jars, go out the sweet potato field, you know, where the stash I had, and I'll pull that jars full, and I'll go back and put them on the shelf, and I'll go back and say, Granny, and I go about my business. But me, you say kids are curious. Well, you can call it that if you damn want them. How about just damn right nosy? You know, I couldn't just act like a kid, put it on there, be around my grandma, and act like a kid. I wanted to see what those rolling folks was doing on the other side of that damn curtain. So what I would do, I would pull the curtain back, and I'd peep, and I'd see him drinking and frowning, and I'd be looking at too much information for the little kid mind, but he don't know it yet. So that little curiosity knows the kid wants to know, why does they keep drinking that shit and they keep frowning and acting like it nasty, but they keep drinking? So one day I was playing ball out there, you know, in Granny Hollis, Junior, and on my way to the sweet potato patch, Sloopy probably the one say, you want to know? There you go, right there. So I looked at it. Other hell, I'm gonna try to see why they're doing that. So I took the top and I pulled some of that moonshine in the top and I threw it back. Whew. Could you imagine a 9-year-old kid drinking a little top full of moonshine? You don't know how strong that shit is. Whether it's 100 proof, 80, or whatever, one way or the other, it hurt. I'm talking about now. Listen, there's no hydrant. See, I didn't come up in the day with running water shit. I came out the country where you had a pump. All right? So then I run to the pump and you know I can't pump no pump, so I use the starter water. You know you had to put water in it. I hit the water. I said, ooh, shit. So I went in, I put the stuff on the back porch, and I said, Granny, I did it. Seemed like a 9-year-old kid ought not do that no more, innit? Burn him up like that. See, it ain't how much you drink, who you drink with. It's about what happened when you drink. By the time I done put that on for granted, and I got back out there with I was playing ball, whoo! That shit had done already take a sweat. I was good and high. I'm going to show you what I did. I went, don't need the ball. Let me have the ball. Y'all throw it to me. Boy, I was a super boy then. Oh, man. I went all day running and finally run down. I went home. I couldn't get my mind off it, how it made me feel. So I was waiting on Saturday. When Saturday come that morning, I was already on the porch when Granny opened the door. I said, Granny, you ready? She said, yeah, Junior, when you up mighty early, I said, okay. I felt like going and getting her some customers or something, because I needed to go to work. See, now listen. As junkies, first thing I want you to know that alcohol is the oldest drug known to man. You know, addiction was since they squeezed the grape. They was getting drunk and messing up and lying and shit, okay? So let's don't get this twisted. Like, I'm going to tell you about when I used the other rest of that shit. But this is the start of when Sloopy talked to me about some shit that I didn't know what was going on. I had liked that feeling so damn good, and I had realized how it burned, so I project a reason and how to don't make it burn so bad. Granny don't know how long I've been there. I had done went on the back to the pump. You know little jelly jars with the little top? I done been to that damn pump, full that jelly jar with water, carry it out there and hide it by the damn drill. I'm fit to drink, man, shit. You know? You know how you hit some good dope. Can't sleep because you want to go back and say, I wonder if he got the same thing he had last night. You know how that is, huh? Well, that was the same thing going on with me, the kid. After a while, she called me. But you had a damn good Saturday. Man, I had went to that field twice, and each time I went there, I had water, so I took a little drink. So I was learning how to drink pretty damn good. I kept right on going until maybe I had about 3 or 4 of them tops. Y'all know how it feels when you start getting drunk? Well, that's what was going on. I got back there and I started feeling like tired, right? So I said, shit, I think I'm going to just sit here and rest a while before I catch this to Granny. And I know anything Granny had me by my ear. What you doing? Get up. I done wear some liquor all over me. She papping me, boy, goddamn. What you doing? You been drinking and stuff? She must have known, Granny. You lying. Boy, listen, them old people can pinch you. Boy, I'm talking about, you don't have an old person pinch you. Them girls can pinch you. Oh, Lord. That girl grabbed me by my ear, pinched me, beat me up all the way to the backyard back there. Y'all know what happened, don't you? Same thing happened to anybody get drunk on their damn job. Got fired. Drinking on the job. This story is that I went back in my recovery trying to find out about me. Looking back in my history from when this shit really started. See, the obsession is the one that caused me to put that damn water in that field. Because I wanted one more. No matter how bad it burned, I still wanted one more. So I found a way to get one more. the result is would always be when you get one more, you get in damn trouble. You know? I didn't continue drinking as a kid, but I still was defiant and an unusual guy. You know? I didn't come from no broken home. There ain't been no, my uncle beat my ass, daddy was supposed to whip that ass when you don't listen, you know that now. I'm talking about in my time. Them children put your ass in jail now. Called it child abuse. My daddy didn't call it correcting that damn wrong you made, boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. My dad didn't play the radio. He was a good daddy. He took care of us, a hard-working man. But I just was some kind of unusual, but see, I didn't understand it until you guys helped me with my life. And I had a reason to go back and find out how I got here. What went on with me? What really went on with me, I didn't want to listen. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. In spite of my daddy ain't playing no damn games with me. I wouldn't go to school, man. That man told me that I'm gonna need a job. I told him, yeah, I'm going to school, playing games. I get somebody else to do the damn homework. I got some sisters. They was 11 had. I mean, they was 5. There was 6 girls. I lost a baby sister. She was about 3 years ago. But when I got up to being in around 12, 13, coming out here, there wasn't no baby sister. It just was a badass kid, disobedient ass boy. Take the ass cutting and do it again anyhow. You know. And doing what I want to do, you know. I didn't drink no more because I had a future in my mind that I wanted to be a prize fighter. You know, Joe Louis and Sugar Ray, they were my boys. I wanted to fight like them. See, but then as I grew up, I was still nosy, bad, being in the wrong places. My role models became the wrong people. See, instead of me going to school and shit, I'm with the guys that didn't go to school, up on the corner. I'm learning how to shave dice, making 6-ace flats. Talking about how they bowl them and putting mercury in them. Showing me how to deal from the bottom, the top of the deck. I mean, doing seconds. And then I'm talking about how to hide a whole hand shit. I'm talking about, I like this crazy shit, see? I don't want to go to school and learn to read and write and stuff. I want this smart, fast, slick shit. You could have known I was on my way here anyway. Yeah, I was on my way, but see, I didn't realize it because, see, Sloopin was working for me, but then he wasn't working in drugs. He was working in my behavior. You see? He was working in my behavior. I didn't want to do what I was supposed to do. I wanted to do what I want to do. Let me tell you about that. My damn sponsor ain't here, but he made me mad one day. He came up to me and said, I was defining about something he wanted me to do. And then you know how you grow up and you get that misinformed information from the older guys. And when somebody make them mad, you don't tell me what to do. I'm a goddamn man. I do what the hell I want to do. You know, I had that kind of mentality, and I kind of like whispered to him. He looked at me and said, Leroy, I said, what? Losers do what they want to do, boy. I said, what the hell are you talking about? Winners, we do what we got to do. I didn't like that shit, but I don't understand it today, you know. Coming along with pain on me caused me to have a reason to want to try to find out why. I grew up in my mind-altering substance change, not my drugs. I hadn't had no more drugs since I was 9, but I was around 12 or 13. I kind of still like that one, but I just don't let it obsess me no more. I found out there was a difference between me and a girl. Huh? Yeah, and I had like them older girls too. About 12 or 13. My sister about a year and 6 months older than me, but she had a buddy about 3 years older than her. Pretty fine black girl. You know, our little boy about 12, he just getting his little shape right, and you know, he kind of smelling it, and he think he okay and everything, and he want to talk to them older girls, and I spank her like that. She said, yeah, boy, Junior, you need to go ahead on. I said, you will be my girlfriend. You look at me and say, what are you going to do with a girlfriend? You don't know what to do with a girl. I said, tell me. I was telling her that because I was always around them big boys talking about what they do. And it interests me real good. So when I tell them I done something, they tell me, you can't do nothing, no boy, go ahead on. So then I really want to prove them wrong because I want to tell them that I done something too. But I kept playing with that older girl, and then one day she told me, said, why is you always feeling on me and stuff? Because I want you. She said, you don't know what to do with me, boy. I said, you don't know. So I went through that, and let me see it. She said, let you see it? I said, yeah. She said, well, let me see yours. Y'all know I show it to her, didn't you? See, but the wickedest thing was she kind of surprised me. She said, damn, pretty good for a 13-year-old boy. She said, I'll try you a little bit, boy. I said, yeah? Yeah, that was exciting then. Oh, shit. This is my brand new mind off the substance now, you know. Me and I had fun, but she was getting something that I didn't know nothing about. I was just working and she was getting something. I turned about 13 one time and I was back there with her working. And after a while, she was getting something and she went to feeling crazy with me and I started getting something. After a while, it happened. I whoop, I said, God damn. I jumped up and took it out. And I said, oh, shit, what the? She laughed. I said, damn girl stole my damn thing from me. 13-year-old boy. Boy, I've been crazy about you girls ever since. You know? As I grew up, I still didn't want to go and get no education. I started getting little jobs and lying to my father and get my sisters to help me cover my back. And I went to buy my little clothes and stuff and thought I was something real nice. And I got to be about 17. Whew. Oh, yeah, buddy. I was on the corner with the big boys and giving them a problem. And I had liked it too. And so then what happened with me, he took me in an area of my life where I had wanted to be grown then, not later. So I proceeded in the little job and lying to my father, and then I started dressing more like an adult than I was at 17. So I was sneaking in the clubs and stuff. And there was a guy that used to come from New York. We used to call him Bud. I had liked him. That boy come home every year with one of them damn brand new top laying back Buicks. I'm talking about be pretty. When I come up there, me and Bud talk. He started telling me about all the excitement in New York, man. Telling me about the gigolos, the pimps, and man, I've got my ears wide open, man. All the hustling going on, you know. I didn't choose it already because I wanted to play cards and shoot crap. So he gave me a brand new way of thinking about how I wanted to live. And I took it in. I was going to the clubs. I was much too young, but I would always act like an adult. I didn't act like a young kid. And the first time I had any kind of drugs, I had just turned somewhere around about 18. And I went in the bathroom and Bud was in there. And he had this little small white thing in the corner by itself pulling on it. So I said, Bud, what that is? He said, you don't want none of this, go ahead on. I said, yeah, well, I thought me and you was okay. He said, Frog, go ahead on, you don't want none of this. I said, well, what it is? He said, it's marijuana. I said, marijuana? What the hell that is? He said, this is drugs. I said, drugs? I look at him, I said, can't be no drugs, you just get. He said, here. Them little things was so damn tight. Boy, I pulled in my ear pop almost. That little bit of smoke I blew out, it did not affect me. You know, so I didn't care about that no more. Okay? So as I growed up, I wanted to get married round about 18, between 17 and 18. I told my daddy that Mom knew minor substance. I wanted it all the time. Just seeing them every now and then wasn't quite enough. So I wanted to live with one. So I told my daddy, I'm going to get married. My daddy said, you going to get married, Junior? I said, yeah. He said, well, who going to take care of you? I said, I'm going to get me a job. He said, well, where you going to work? I said, I can work at a sawmill. He said, boy, you get your ass over there and sit down somewhere. Now I'm pissed off at him. I told him, I said, well, you and Mama got married. Mama wasn't about 15 and you and me about 18. She said, but I had a damn job. And you don't talk about what me and your mama did. Me and your mama got married. I said, yeah, my sister. He said, you want to get married for real? I said, yeah. He said, just get your shit, go ahead on and get you a job and get you a wife. I said, hold up. What you mean? My mind shot then. You talking about getting my shit. You know, I mean, I'm thinking about getting married, but I ain't thinking about going no damn way, you know. So he had blown a hole in that one. So I went on and cut that one off and did the best I could when I go out. So as I grew up, I did get married, but I was at 20. But all the things about me, my characteristics, I had never got a chance to know who I was. All I knew that I had liked this little girl. I used to meet her from school, walk her home, and I thought that I told her as soon as she kissed me I was going to marry her. I was just saying that, I don't know, but eventually that happened. I had tried to be a good husband, I think. But you see, in that little reputation that I had built between 17 and 20, in the area where I lived at, there was a club and another club there. In the area I built in to competing with other younger guys, you see, I used to want to be the sharpest guy on the corner. And my daddy was one of the only ones had a car. See, everybody got a car now. See, I came up, I remember the first television was in my neighborhood and it wasn't in my house. See, I'm talking about when you had the TV and put that color paper on that shit. See, I'm gonna tell you, when I was young, I remember when gas was 14 cents a gallon. Okay, so I want you to know some of this stuff is way before a lot of folks, but it's still the same thing that's going on now. So my little idea about me being the guy that all the guys envy about, the girls liking me, I messed around and got away. So I tried to do right. So I stayed at the clubs for a while. And then one night I had got bored and I just didn't want to sit in there because I didn't know no more what to talk about because I had married a good girl. And they don't talk about all the things that, you know what we bad boys talk about? So I went out to the club. And as soon as I got in the club, two of them girls that we used to kind of slip off, they was in the club, and a couple of the guys that I used to make them mad with me, they told me, said, yeah, you got a wife, you can't handle this and that tonight. Me and her going over, and it pissed me off. Like that, well, what does it want to do with somebody else's woman when I got one on? But you see, that was the kind of a person I was within the inside, and I didn't understand that, you know? So what I did, I started sleeping around. I couldn't just let him go off and then let him know that I was the one. You see, I was a show-off. You know, I was a guy that he wanted to handle everything. I thought I was a sweet roll factory, best things to sliced bread, and a Coca-Cola factory. I thought I was all of that. So then I thought that I wasn't supposed to just have one girl no more. I tried to do right in my mind, but the way I wanted to live didn't correspond with it. I've been trying to find the answer to a question that I've been trying to find in my own mind since I knew that I come here, because I wanted to let y'all know when I abandoned my family. But I can't find it. When you're old as me, sometimes shit will go out the window. But usually it'll come back. This shit ain't got back yet. You know, I don't remember when I left. All I know that I left. you know. And what I did, I had got a job, man, besides the one that I told you about the sawmill. I got a job working on the waterfront. I was a longshoreman. And what happened, I was going to nicer clubs. I wasn't going to the ones I had to sneak in. I hadn't got of age. And so I was going to the nice lounges, man. I was making real good money. But on Sundays, we used to go to a place where the YMC is. We used to have a little after hour or Sunday jam in there. And I got some new friends. And one of my friends was a dealer. By then I had done started smoking weed, but I had never sniffed no powder or anything. And we was outside, and my friend, well, matter of fact, it was three of us used to hang together. But the guy that was the dealer, he was automatically like part of us when he come around us. But all three used to hang. So one day he opened up one of them bags and said, "I'm gonna give y'all a toot." I said, "Toot or what?" The man said, "That's some blow." I said, "Blow what?" He said, "You ain't got to have none." But I remember I was curious as a kid. So you know that shit didn't die. I'm still nosy. So they over there getting a toot, and I went over there to see what they were doing. They're sniffing it up. I'm looking at it in front of them. So the guy said, "You want one of these?" I couldn't tell him no. How am I tell him no? And I'm part of the guys that did not want to make me look like I'm no punk. I got to have one too, shit. So I'm gonna act like I'm all right. I said, "Oh, I got this shit." So I got me a couple of toots, and it wasn't like that liquor, but it had its own effect. I got me about 2 or 3 good snort over that, and I went over there, and they was snotting in nose, and I thought that was cool, so I snot my nose too, you know. And after a while, a little feeling came. I said, "Man, they were kind of all right. Kind of made me feel a little jazzy like." So I went back, and he gave me and my tight man a little package together. So the Sunday left. Another Sunday came. He gives another little package, but somebody went and rat on me. Told him, "You know, Frog got a job. He work on the waterfront. He a longshoreman. He make plenty of money." I go back to get my tooth. He told me, say, "Man, I can't keep giving you blow like this shit costs." I said, "But damn, you give me something, you give me a tax man something." He said, "Yeah, but they ain't working like you, man. Bro, you gonna keep all your money and this some of this keep paying for this." So my little show off and me standing up wanting to be something, I said, "So how much that shit cost anyway?" He said, "How much you want?" So I said, Give me a 20. He gave me a little small aluminum foil. I guess y'all remember when you put the $20 snot in aluminum foil, a little small. When I said 20, you see, I've been looking for a bag of dough. Shit, he been getting us some in a damn bag all this time, and I asked him to spend. Now I've been spending $20. He gave me a little aluminum foil, so I look at it, I said, "What the fuck this is?" He said, "That's a 20. I said, "Man, you out of your damn mind. Give me my." He said, "Well, you got to take it." I handed it to him, and I said, "That's all right. I'm gonna buy this from you this time." So, see, you just taking advantage of me. Ain't enough to give nobody. So my tax man said, "Let me hear that." I said, "What, man? Ain't nothing in here." So he kept on eating my man. So I snot half right, and he snot half right. I went around and I said, "That's pretty damn good." So I sneak away from him and see my man. And the man came back and said, "What's up, bro?" I said, "Give me a 30. I said, "But I want a good 30, and I don't come with that little bit of shit you give me to like." He said, "No, I'm going to straighten you. You my man. I'm going to straighten you up good, Bubba." I said, "All right, then when I need it, I'll get you." So he gave me another aluminum foil, but he was a bigger foil. So now I want to play. So I sniff up a little bit, I fold it up. So I like fast girls, and the girls around talking about, "I saw you went over to camp." I said, "So?" Give me a hit of that, man. I said, go ahead, I ain't getting nobody getting up. After about another one said, hey, Papa. I said, hey, baby. Y'all know she finna get something. I said, come here. I went, me and her tished that up about 2 hits. That was gone. Psst. He come back again. I said, give me a 40 this time. He give me a 40. It was shit. By the time me and her step again, it was going. I said, God damn, I chunked my money now. I said, man, a 20 and a 30 or 20 and a 40. I said, shit, that damn near $100. So I left. I said, I ain't messing with this no more. But all the way home, I'm snipping it. Now my mind said, you need to get one for yourself. Don't let them catch you and don't get none away, right? Now a chippy coming up here, and I don't know this. See, this little thing coming there, I like the feeling, but I don't want to give it all away no more. So I asked another person, where can't live? He said, you can't live on Duffy. I went and waited. I saw him car coming to blow at me. Hey, Papa, what's up? I said, yeah, I don't want them in my business. He said, business? And nah. So he came up and I bought a 50 by myself. Don't want to give nobody none. I just gonna last me all night. Put it in my car. I went in the club popping, man. After a while, the damn chick died, so I'm going to the bathroom. I went back out to the car. I made about 3 trips. That shit was gone. I said, God damn. So I'm talking to the girls, and they're talking trash. So then I came up with a real bright idea. I said, this shit costs too damn much, man. By now, I'm counting the days. See, I hadn't been there more than Sundays. Now I'm sniffing sometime out throughout the days, like I get paid on Wednesday or Tuesday. So my bright idea told me, said, listen, if Kay can sell it, you can sell it. And next idea came that anything that take an outtake, it mess with my income, so it would cut my surplus. So then what my bright idea was that anything that is an outtake, I need to make it pay for itself, then give me a damn positive. So then I went and bought a package. Now I'm showing off for real. You see, can't think he the man, but I'm going to show him who the man is. Because I don't know, I got a chippy now. See, I don't know nothing about buying it and cutting it, so when I'm buying it already cut and snipped. I don't know that Kent got a move that I don't know nothing about. So I'm buying this package already sniff powder, not no cutting powder, and I'm sniffing it and getting it to some girls talking trash like I'm the man. Now my show off overriding my senses. Package gone, I can't re-up. I don't want them to know that I done blowed it up. So then my job start furnishing me with my own money. And I'm lying. So I got some information from somebody and they told me, so I can get you a package that you can cut. So I did that. Show me how to cut it. But then now, I'm really fixing to start having problems. I'm testing my own package. I'm trying to cut it because I want it to be better than somebody else. But then listen, I'm buying an 8 ball, putting a half an eighth of cut on it, and sitting down and getting me so fucked up until I got to have a drink too. So now I'm sniffing and drinking. And I don't feel like going out messing with folks because I'm scared I'm going to get put in jail. Because I'm paranoid and shit. Now I'm acting like I got it going on. You got something, Leroy? I'm telling them no. I'm looking at my packages. It ain't quite enough. If I sell mine, I got to go buy some more. So I went to buying it for me and for me to have fun with. And it moved on. And then one day, some of my friends on the docks, we should call ourselves the Mighty D's. There's a guy that was a friend of mine, told me, see, you ever freebase? I said, freebase? What the fuck that is? He said, we cooked it though and smoke it. I said, smoke it? I said, that shit you're supposed to sniff. He said, no, that's another way. I indulged in that for a while, and I'm trying to get a bonus, and with the bonus, I'm buying a package, and I learned how to cook dope. Well, I started smoking dope during the Richard Pryor era, before crack was produced to us. But then I was sniffing it damn near raw until I had scabs in my nose. But I still don't know I got a badass problem. And it's times when I should be out selling it. I'm locked up with it, with me and a girl, me and some more friends. And it didn't stop there. Me and my friends that we used to call the Mighty D's, I fell ashore, so to cook it. When we got on Tuesday, we was going buy an ounce of Peruvian flake, and then we'll cook up enough for us to smoke together. Then we'll separate on our own part of it. And things went happening in my life. I believed that I could have made money with it. So then I walked away from my friends with chipping in, and I bought my first ounce of dope. I had done already left home. I had a little room. No, before I had the room, I had got, yes, it was a kitchenette. I had a little kitchenette on 37th Street. And there I would go in. I had learned how to cut, and I bought me a triple beam. I learned the scale, and I learned how to bag and package. So I had changed my life from just a player with my friends. I see my friends and people I know getting high and losing everything. But my mind and my disease thinking say it can't happen to me. They just damn it weak. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm gonna make this bitch pay me. So I continue on dealing and playing. I choose a lifestyle then. A fast living. Matter of fact, I had a little thing I used to say, I want to live fast, love hard, die young, and leave a beautiful memory. I was real wicked and crazy because of the thoughts. You know, I became disrespectful first to myself, and after that, I became disrespectful to anybody that was in contact with me, unless they were part of the movements that I had chosen and the people I had choose to be with. I made a decision that I was going to make me $500,000 in 2 years. And if you wasn't about what I was about, then you don't need to be with me. And that was including anybody. I had made a decision that I was going to be good at this, and if you didn't want no damn problems out of me, you don't need to get in my damn business, and you don't need to try to cross me. I made a decision that if I had to kill somebody about what I was going to do, that's what was going to happen. My life was getting destructive. I was becoming cold and real disrespectful to life. This disease was full bloom in me, and I didn't even know I was sick. I choose that way of living, and I thought that's the way it was supposed to be. I continued in that lifestyle for years. I'm going to bring it down to a close with my history about what happened with this drugs, because I want you to know what happened when I surrendered. I had a few girls with me that were helping me with drugs and doing other things that it take to make money. If a girl couldn't help me get $1, then she wasn't going to be with me no damn way. I told them it wasn't nothing but a feeling. I can get that by my damn self. What I needed was some money. And I went to proceed to try to get this money, man. Came a night that I had sent one of the girls out, and there was a guy that me and him was having trouble for years coming up in my lifestyle. And he came up on the corner and took my drugs and threw it in the street. Snatched off and carried and locked it up in his place. I had a guy that hung with me, was close, real close. When she didn't come home, another girl that used to do business with me told me that he had came up and took her and threw my drugs over. But what happened in between that, she had left and was being with him for a while. And she wanted to come back to me, but I had told her only when she come back, she leave him and don't come back to me right then. So she left and went to her mother and stayed a while. And maybe about like 4 or 5 months, she came back to me. And during the part of the time that there was a place used to be on Overthorpe, it's called the Your House Restaurant. He came up one night and he cussed at her. And I stepped out of my car, and he saw me, and he got back in his car and left. And about 2 weeks later, when he took her, I went to his house where he was living, and I had to take the door open and let her out. So I had a problem. During that course of me in the lifestyle, what he did had become personal with me. But see, God don't make mistakes. See, I want you to know that. I know that God was there with me. All the crazy shit I've done, he was there with me at all times. See, I know the day that he loved me in spite of me no matter what I did. Because if it wasn't, what I'm going to tell you after a while, you would understand why I'm saying this. I took it personal. I could have made a phone call because I was connected with some people that would have come and take care of him. But I took it personal. And I found him, and I shot the man. And I had really want to kill him. But God had sent an angel. An old guy named Joe came up to me and said, "Frog, don't do that. That F don't worth it." See, it's too much trouble for you to get yourself in about somebody like him. And I was pissed off because, see, I didn't shoot him to kill him. I had shoot him to stop him. I was caught up to show him what I would do to him because I was so pissed off. I wanted to go to him and push him over and shoot him in his face. But the only man that could have probably stopped me, and he did. And I went off and took the bullet and threw it on him. But from that day, my life did like this. My life turned and changed because all the anger and the hate and all the turmoil that was going on in me, all the shit in me that was coming to a ball, man. And I didn't know what to do. I had never sold drugs in no houses. I had a friend of mine that delivered in places. But I couldn't do like I wanted to do. Then I had another friend, girl stole my money, and I went to him, and he called me Papa. I went to ask him about it, and the boy called me by my rightful name, Leroy. She ain't in here. Mine now, my name is Papa. He know my rightful name. What came in my mind is, what the fuck is you calling me by my damn name? So I know you telling a damn lie, breast, because my name Papa to you. You just know my name is Leroy, so now why are you calling me Leroy? So I went off, you know. God still look after me. In the course of me dealing with the gun shooting, the beating with the gun, and the court call, I remember that my lawyer came up at court and the guy didn't show up, no lawyer, and the judge asked my lawyer, did he want to get another court date? Well, I fired his ass right there. See, there's a chance that he can throw it out. My accuser's not there. He got no representative there to tell him nothing. But when my lawyer said a new date, I fired him. I asked the judge how long it would take for me to get me a lawyer. He gave me a chance to get a lawyer, and I got a lawyer. Somehow or another, some things happened for me. Whew. The same guy that I shot was a woman beater. Molest young girls. One of the reasons me and him didn't get along, because he beat a girl and treat them bad. And I was in the middle of my court, and a guy that worked with me came and asked me, he said, Leroy, I said, ain't you in court with Leon? I said, yeah. He's trying to throw something up. He kidnapped my 12-year-old niece. I said, what? He said, yeah, they got him. And I went to my lawyer and I gave him the information. I went to court that morning, and my lawyer met me in the door and said, Leroy, I said, what, you got my money? I said, yeah, I got your money. What you talking about? He said, bring it to the office. I said, I thought I'm going to court. He said, no, sister, you're going to court. I said, why? He said, because you ain't never shot that damn gun. I said, what? He said, if they ever, no matter what you do, no matter how long it is, if they ever say that you shot that gun, you let me know. He said, in 5 days, you're going to get all your pictures, all your fingerprints. You get all that back in 5 days. I said, man, what you done? He said, I put the bullet back. Now, that's God. See, I didn't know that was him until I met y'all. And when I met y'all, I found a way to recognize all my damn miracles. I learned how to identify. Woo! I learned how to find out who God is. He didn't want me to do no time. He had something for me to do. But y'all, I still had to suffer. Because I stopped doing it like I was doing it. God, I didn't have no more feelings about how to operate like I've been operating. I was making $3,000 a fucking day before I shot the gun. I had a job. I made $87,000 coming from 77 to 70 for the 80, from 87 to 89. But I didn't know I was sick. See, I didn't know I was sick. I didn't know that there's no amount of money. It ain't about that. It's about me and my damn bad decision making. It's about me being so damn disrespectful to a life he gave me. It's about me not being grateful for the kind of job he gave me. It was about me leaving my damn family, womanizing, thinking I'm supposed to live like that. That's what that was about. Well, God is good. He still look after me. I proceeded trying to sell drugs. You all know a monkey can't sell no fucking bananas, don't you? So I wasn't successful with it no more. It came down to with me buying the dope and smoking it up with other people who were smoking. Lying and doing all the things that an addict do for one more. I got hurt on the job. And during the time I got hurt, my mother was real sick. But in that process of my mother being sick and she was dying, they awarded me $127,000. But I was locked in. I was locked in. I couldn't stop using. I gave my sisters and them money because I couldn't go to the funeral. I couldn't stop. And I couldn't let them see me like I was. Too much dope, too much money, and too scared. Y'all know the money didn't last. I'm trying to make me feel better with drugs. My mother was at a funeral home in Sidney Jones. Forsyth Park is right down the street. My mother was in the funeral home and I was in Forsyth Park with a bag of dope and 2 stems, crying and smoking dope. I remember when I went to the funeral home 3-something in the morning, and I knocked on the door, and the people answered the door and said, "What you want?" I said, "I want to see my mama." She said, 3 o'clock. I said, "I can't help that. I want to see my mama this time. I call the police." I've been high, but I ain't been that damn high. Yeah, I left, went and got my ass back to Forsyth and got high some more. It went on down until I kept using. That last of my money, I went and bought me a car. I had a beautiful Jeep Cherokee. Smoking, and then one night I came up there, and one of the guys said, "Hey, Papa." I said, "What?" "That's a pretty Jeep." "Yeah, my smoking was getting real slow. I done spent my last $200 with him." And he came by and said, "Won't you let me drive that Jeep? I'll let you have something." I said, "Well, how long?" He said, "Well, about an hour and a half." I said, "Well, what you gonna give me?" He said, "I'm gonna give you a 50-pack. I said, "Oh, that'll work." You know, one of them short 50-packs, not no overflow. You know that didn't last long. I smoked a little bit up, and I'm standing on the corner. It's cold as hell. He ain't got back with the car. I'm checking the time. He still got about 30 damn minutes. So he rolled up, and I saw him. I said, "Yo." He said, "Yeah, man, what's up?" I said, "How about run me to the house?" He said, "You going to get some money?" I said, "No." He wound my window up. Zoom, so I ain't got time, bro. I said, "Oh." There's a lot of other things happen to me that cause me to want to stop using. But I just couldn't stop. Not on my own. I continued to use until I was out one night. Me and a friend of mine, I had about $10 trying to get me a hit. But you know when the dope boys leave off the corner, the flute boys come up. So me and my tight man came on the corner, and the dope boy was going and the flute boy was up. So So I saw him, I told him, man, I said, don't mess with him. That dope ain't no damn good. He ain't got no flu. So me and my man walk off. The boy came up and said, hey, Pop. I said, what? He threw down on me and said, click, give me that damn money. I said, man, I ain't got but $10. You let me have that too. So I gave him the $10. He cussed me, said, you a dirty bitch. Bam! Shot me in my leg. Boy, this disease does not play. I went home hopping. I told my wife, I said, baby, they got shot in the leg. She got frantic. She said, Leroy, what you want me to do? I said, I don't know. I might need to go to the hospital. She said, go to the hospital. I said, yeah, but I ain't got no money. I'm going to block that off and tell you something that you won't know. My job, I got the best insurance in the world. I don't pay nothing for a hospital bill. All that, do go to the hospital. My benefits for the wrong treatment, off the chain. But guess what? I had forgot it. She gave me the $40. I went in the bathroom, put me some peroxide on that wound, and a Band-Aid, and $40. When they saw me have a hump around, I said, yo, let me have a bowler for my shoulders, boys. It seemed like it shouldn't have been like that, but that was the way it was. After that, I got tired, and my wife had left and went to Atlanta. I woke up the next day. I had $12.50, but I didn't want to use no more. I had already was told, if you haven't tried everything, I want you to try God. I had bargained with him, and I knew then I can't bargain because I ain't got nothing to bargain with. So I threw my hands up, and I asked him to help me. And he did. 3 days later, when I woke up with gratitude because to see when I made a decision, I said that I was going to stay home for 7 days. Them first 3 days was a bitch. My disease wanted me to go outside. See, you ain't got to go around the corner, just go on the porch. But I didn't want to go because I didn't want to use. So I stayed home. On the 3 days later, I woke up with gratitude. I called a friend. I had been in and out this program like a cowboy in and out of a saloon. But this time it was different. I wanted to go and find out why I couldn't stay. He told me that if I find my way to the meeting, which was about three blocks west, 2 blocks on 36 and Hardin, he'd get me back home. And I went to the first meeting when I wanted to stop. I came in the meeting scared because when I was scared, remember how I told you I was disrespectful? I walk in the meeting and there was these people that I had treated so damn bad. These people who I had already tricked and all kinds of things to say to them. But these was the people that I had to face and ask for help. I told you when I asked for help, God sent him. He gave me the program of Narcotics Anonymous and you people. I told you I thought he was pulling a joke on me. But I want you to know this is the best thing he ever done for me. Since I walked in this door, I became the stay. I had a lot of problem with people judging me, thinking I wasn't going to stay. But through God and my willingness that he give me, they wasn't going to run me out. They told me to do 90 and 90, so I did 90 and 90. And when I did 90 and 90, the group I was in, they had a principal personality thing going on. They wasn't going to meeting because they didn't like each other. We had some conflict with women. You know, some girls like girls. Ain't nothing wrong with that because if God made anything better than a woman, he probably kept it for himself. You know? So they had this little conflict and they didn't want to meet. And I wanted to do 90 and 90. So what I had to do, if they didn't come there within the time for the meeting open, I hauled ass to the other fellowship. And so I was going to make 90 and 90 because they told me I was responsible for my recovery, not my disease. So in my response, they didn't tell me I had to do 90 and 90 and Narcotics Anonymous. They told me I had to do 90 and 90. So I was on the way to doing something I had never done. I had never completed anything. So I did 90 and 90. Then I got a sponsor. And when my sponsor, in 60 days, my sponsor put me in H&I. This is the base of my recovery. I didn't know how to do H&I by myself because I told you guys something that y'all might have overlooked. I told you I went and played when I was supposed to be in school. So when I came in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, I was a player. I was a hustler. I sold drugs. I sold drugs to concerts, to all the big guys. But what they didn't know that I was illiterate. So now I got to find a way to do this thing, but I'm scared to tell them because of being judgment about me. And I was so afraid that I won't be able to do it because they told me it was in the literature and that I had to write and read. But I told you I'm not a quitter. See, God was in me. And I had to find a way. So he sent another addict to me and told me, Leroy, I said, what? Invest in your recovery. They make cassettes. They CDs now. So they make cassettes, get your basic take on a cassette. There's a guy that our literature, someone that believe in you and want to help you. His name was Stewart. He was the guy that sent me out before, but he was the guy that hugged me and helped me in my recovery. That took me home every night. 8 or 9 months every night, talking to me and told me that he couldn't read. He showed me how to break words down. So every night I take a basic take in a cassette and learn how to break words down so I can read them. He told me, he said, you going to meeting late because you're scared. I was scared. He said, you don't got to read no damn preamp. Tell them you ain't going to read it till you learn to read. So I did that. I've been doing 90 and 90, 90 and 90. Well, I got 23 years and I might have maybe 3 months. If you put it all together, the nights that I didn't go to meeting, and I still don't ever plan not to go to one because when God give me y'all, he give me y'all because I choose life. And through choosing life, he give me recovery. The day recovery means recover from the unmanageability that I put in my life by my own choices. So then I learned how to get a sponsor that got a sponsor that helped me with the 12 steps and the tradition. I had to do it in the way that I had to do it, but I did it. You know? I had a sponsor that I told him I want to work the 12 step. And he asked me this question. He said, Leroy, I said, how you going to do the 12 step? You I'm going to tell lies because shit, you don't know that about you. I said, what do you mean? They say you're supposed to work the 12 step. He said, but this is a damn honest program. I said, well, so he said, you don't know nothing about you, neither disease. I said, well, what you want me to do? He gave me a basic take. He said, there's 10 chapters in there. He said, I want you to read them 10 chapters and don't ask me when to stop. I said, what you mean? He said, the 10 chapters going to get you in touch with you and it'll get you in touch with what the disease about. That man let me be in them damn 10 chapters for about 9 months. I was pissed off. I'm ready to do the 12 step. But watch this. He came up to me and said, Leroy, I'm ready for you to start a step. I smiled. He said, do you know why I went this long? Because I know you was mad. I said, you know that. He said, every time I talk to you, I can see your attitude. I said, well, why you went so long? He said, Leroy, you told me you had a problem with reading. Oh. He said, with that tape and that basic text, it's going to take you a while to understand what you're reading. I said, yeah, that's right. So he continued with me, and he did step work with me until 4 years ago. He went in, 5 years ago, he went into a business, and he don't do it that much, so he gave me another sponsor. But I want you to know that my recovery have taken me further than I ever been able to imagine. I'm a trusted servant because see, one thing I know, there ain't but two positions. That's the master and the servant. And I'm so glad to be a servant to you guys. And through you guys, what you have done for me, that caused my life to be so good, you allow me to be a responsible, productive member of society of men and women who meet each other to help each other stay clean. But I take this program with me everywhere I go. So today I'm a responsible, productive member of society at large. I'm not no more that slime ball that came in the room. Because of this program and by me working the 12-step with a sponsor, by me staying up service and helping other addicts, by me being willing to change, by me staying consistent to do the things that I need to do rather than the things I want to do, I become a person that I'm proud of and a lot of other people are proud of. But I didn't do this through me. It's only through the God of my understanding, the program of Narcotics Anonymous, and the people who I met in this journey. And I'm grateful. I want you to know that there's no way that I would have become who I am today without you guys in the program of Narcotics Anonymous. Ain't nothing could have changed my mindset like it did. Ain't nothing could have made me want to be responsible or productive. Nobody could have made me be respectful enough to me that I won't disrespect you. He came through this program and me allowing this program to be my life. And I'm grateful for it. I want y'all to know that I'm grateful to be here with you guys tonight. I'm going to close with a little story I like to tell. Okay? I'm going to talk about an addict, though, okay? I'm talking about an addict that works the 12 steps. I'm talking about an addict that take newcomers' place. I'm talking about an addict, man, that's always on time if you call him. What happened is this addict had a spiritual awakening as a result of working the 12 steps. And in this spiritual awakening, God came to him. And God said, you're a good servant. You do a good job. And what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to give you 3 wishes that's going to come true. He looked at God and said, you mean you will give me 3 wishes? God said, yeah. All right, number 1, what you want? He smiled. He said, God, I want to be rich. As a matter of fact, I want my whole family to be rich. God said, you got it. All right, what else? He said, God, I want my whole family to live at least 100 years so we can all enjoy the money. God said, okay, you got it. Okay, number 3, what you want? He said, God, I'm having a problem with something. He said, what? He said, I always wanted to go to Hawaii. He said, but I'm afraid to fly. God said, well, what you want me to do about it? He said, I want you to build me a highway all the way to Hawaii. God said, a highway all the way to Hawaii? He said, yeah. He said, do you know how much cement and steel, all the diamonds and stuff that it takes for me to build a highway all the way to Hawaii? He said, yeah, but you God. God looked at him. God said, ain't nothing else that I can do for you besides that? Daddy looked at God and said, yeah, God, there's something else. God said, what? He said, I've been trying to figure out how come a damn addict act like he do and do all the crazy shit that they do. God said, how many lanes you say you want on that highway? I'm Leroy. Thank you, guys.